everybody, and welcome back to episode 2 of the Sneaker Resell series. Today we are going to be covering some common terms that you should know if you're going to be involved in sneaker resale. Then we'll also expand on one of those terms at the end. This episode is going to be a pretty short episode, and then we'll kind of judge what we're going to cover next week based on what you guys want. So whatever topics you guys want to see covered on the third episode of Sneaker Resell series, how to resell sneakers and make money doing it, leave that down there in the comments below, and I'll check those out, and then we'll cover one of those topics next week on next Thursday. I just want to take this opportunity to say, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and if you do like this content, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up as well. It really helps me out a lot. If you didn't watch episode 1, I'll link that up there in the cards. That was over selling platforms, and I think that video is a super good way to get started into this. Some basic selling platforms that you need to know if you want to get into reselling sneakers. So if you haven't already watched that one, go ahead and pause this video and go watch that one first, and then come back and watch this one, because we may touch on some things in this video that doesn't quite make sense if you didn't see the first one. First thing that we'll do here today is we'll just cover some common terms. These may be phrases or words that you have either seen or heard used when discussing sneakers or sneaker resale that you may be a little unsure of. So we'll just kind of go by and break down some of the more common terms. And for those of you who do know a lot about sneakers, this is probably going to be somewhat boring for you, but hey, a review never hurts. This is just a good kind of refresher for you guys, and for those of you who don't know much about sneaker resale or sneakers in general, this will be really good information for you guys, so you'll know exactly what people like myself are actually talking about when we do our beater box videos, mystery box videos, resale predictions, stuff like that. You'll be able to follow along, know exactly what I'm talking about. So one of the first things that we'll cover is describing shoes condition, for example. So I'll actually get a couple of shoes so I can show you guys. Right here, this is the most recent release of the Jordan 1. This is the Jordan 1 Royal Toe. We'll do a separate video probably reviewing this shoe because it deserves its own review. But this shoe right here is what we would call in dead stock or DS condition. So DS condition is essentially a brand new shoe. So this is a shoe that has never been worn, or in some cases you can pass a shoe that has just been tried on as being DS. So when someone refers to a sneaker as DS or dead stock, this is what they're talking about. More specifically, when they're talking about Jordan 1s, for example, and they say DS, most of the time they will include lace bag attached. So this little bag right here of extra laces comes on all DS pairs of Jordan 1s. So if someone says DS with lace bag attached, that means the shoe is brand new, still has a lace bag on it, so you can know that it's brand new as well. Unless someone were to wear the shoe with the lace bag attached, which I've never seen before. But maybe a new trend that somebody will start. So this right here is a Kyrie, and this is one of my personal pairs that I wear a lot. If you don't know this design, this color scheme, this is actually the Friends version of the Kyrie. So little subtle hints there, like on the checks right there, they've got the Friends colors and whatnot. On the bottom, they've got the Friends colors. You can see this pair is pretty worn because I do wear this one a lot. I actually picked up this shoe a while ago when it was at $90, and now it's around $200, so pretty good investment on my part. But this shoe is just simply what we would call in worn condition. Shoe is not DS, but it's not real beat up, which is the third type of shoe that we'll cover. But this shoe is just worn. You could say lightly worn, heavily worn. There are different degrees, obviously, of a shoe being worn, but not a DS shoe. This one is worn. Now we'll take a look at the third category of shoe. Now there are probably better examples of this type of shoe, but we'll use this one for example. This is an Air Max 95 in the Crimson Tint colorway, but that's not really important. The important thing is the condition. So while the other two shoes we would describe as DS or used, we would describe this one as a beater. So this is where the term beater box comes from. So this shoe shows heavy signs of wear. So a shoe is a beater if it shows heavy signs of wear. You can see back there near the heel. There's a lot of heel drag right there. The sole is really dirtied up as well. There's some paint chip. So this shoe would be classified as a beater. There are worse beaters out there, but this shoe would be classified as a beater. Now, another term that we could talk about is a shoe's hypeness, I guess. If someone calls a shoe a brick, that's a shoe that's going to just sit on shelves. There's not really any resale for it, so that's a shoe that you want to avoid. There are a lot of other terms out there that we could discuss. Those are some of the more common ones. And then the third or fourth, I don't even know at this point, but the other main term that I want you guys to know, I think I've mentioned it before, but if you are serious about reselling or you want to be serious about reselling, one thing that you should consider joining is a cook group. Now, a lot of people are unsure of what a cook group is, and that's another term that we can cover, as well as, for example, if you really just dominate a release, if you're using a bot and you just dominate it, and you get multiples and multiples of a pair or something, people would say you cook that release, so that's where the term cook group comes in. This is a group who is designed to help you do exactly that, cook whichever product that you and your group are going for. So essentially what we would define a cook group as is a community of sneaker heads, sneaker resellers. It's basically a chat. Most of the time it takes place on Discord, for example, but this is where the more elite sneakerheads and resellers have a group together. They're all pushing towards one goal, and it's to cook whatever release possible, get as many pairs as possible, so they and their group can make as much profit as possible off of a release. You'll also discuss a lot of different things, whether it be upcoming releases, what type of bots, what type of proxies, things like that. And all of that will make more sense whenever we cover botting in a later episode. But it's essentially a group where you can discuss anything sneaker related, any type of questions you may have. You would consult with your cook group about anything and everything sneakers. So while you can still find some free cook groups that are out there, a couple that come to my mind right off the top of my head are Sneaker Community and Sneaker Squad. Those are a couple of the free cook groups out there. But traditionally, to be in a cook group, you will have to pay some type of monthly fee. And to be honest, it's kind of one of those things where you get what you pay for. Fees for these cook groups can range anywhere from $9 a month to, I actually know one that is $89 a month. And that price just keeps going up. And the $89 a month group is entirely worth it from what I hear and from what I see as far as the success that comes out of that group. It might sound a little crazy to spend that much, but you're spending that money on the information and the knowledge that everyone else in that group has. So it's definitely worth spending the money if you are serious about it. Now, a lot of times these cook groups only allow a certain amount of people, and it is almost like an invite-only basis. So you do kind of have to know someone who knows someone who knows someone to get into some of the more elite groups. But groups like this do restock a lot. If you follow groups on Twitter or other social media platforms, and they usually announce whenever they're going to have a restock. But if you want to get a spot, you will have to be quick because those groups sell out just as fast, if not faster, than the releases that you're actually going for with your group. So the owners of the cook group are really the only ones who decide how many members they'll have and when they'll accept new members. So some of these cook groups they're almost like secret societies you'll hear of, but you'll never be a part of. You know they exist, but you don't know where. It's like they're lurking in the shadows, and these are the groups that probably take 50 to 75% of the pairs, on release day, so you can only hope that one day you will get a mysterious invite to one of these groups to join. And other than that, you're probably not going to get in one of the more elite groups. So another thing that people do with these memberships, since they are so exclusive, you will see people sometimes selling memberships to these cook groups. So you do have to be careful though. Twitter, Discord, those are some reliable places where you can find them. Reddit even somewhat. But you do have to be careful, because a lot of times people are just trying to scam people out of money. And they'll give you like almost like a fake activation code when they really retain ownership the entire time. So be very careful where you buy these memberships from. If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me personally, or just leave it in the comments down below, and I'm sure some of the other people in our community can help you out with that. In forums like this, you'll also see people not only selling memberships to Discords like this, but also sneaker bots, things like that. So there are reliable places to buy things like bots and memberships to cook groups and stuff like that. But you do have to be careful who you're buying from. You want to make sure it's a trusted person on a trusted platform to make sure that you don't get scammed. So I think that about wraps it up for this sneaker resale episode. Next week we will be coming at you with really whatever you guys decide. And if you guys don't decide something, I'll think of something. But I do just want to say, if you enjoy this content, please like this video and please subscribe to our channel. Also share it around with whatever platforms that you use. It'll really help our channel out a lot, and we'll really grow a lot faster if you guys do stuff like that. I do want to say thank you to all those out there who have been supporting. The last video that we did last week did get a lot of support, so I appreciate that. And we finally did get over 100 subscribers to the channel. So I know that that's not a lot compared to a bunch of other people, but I'm very thankful for everyone who does watch these videos and things like that and spend their time watching me make these videos. I greatly appreciate it, and I do not take it for granted. So we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. Like I said, we're gonna get there, and I know that we will. And if you guys will help me sharing the channel out and things like that, that'll just help us get to our goal even faster, and I really do appreciate it. I appreciate everything you guys do for the channel and for me, so I appreciate all the love and support. So that's going to be it for us here today, guys. We will see you on Saturday with that beater box video I recorded last week. It's a really, really good video. I'll try to have that posted around noon on Saturday, so go ahead and hit the bell to turn on notifications so you'll be notified as soon as that video drops. And maybe whoever comments first or something like that, we'll do some sort of giveaway for them or something like that. So make sure you hit the bell to turn on notifications so you'll be notified as soon as that video drops. And I really think you guys are going to enjoy that one. I had a lot of fun filming it, and we just got some crazy stuff in there. So it was a really fun video. And as always, remember guys, stay safe, continue to love your sneakers, and I will see you guys on Saturday.